Like 124 triggers, let's go. Not including any of the Scute Swarm. 124 triggers of the Corpse Knight and Wayward Servant, absolutely obliterating them. And then a bajillion Scute Swarm triggers. I mean, this is just peak magic. This is peak magic. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Jank masterpiece, this deck is revolving around Corpse Knight and Wayward Servant, which both drain your opponents whenever a creature enters the battlefield, whether it's normal or zombie. Classic combo of Maskwood Nexus and the World Tree. And the World Tree, for a bajillion mana, you can sacrifice it and search for your library for any number of god cards and put them onto the battlefield. Now the combo here is, with Maskwood Nexus, everything is a god. Now that's broken enough as it is, but we want to win with the zombie Scute Swarm machine gun, which happens when Corpse Knight, Wayward Servant, Scute Swarm, lands, and Ashaya, everything enters the battlefield at once. It's going to give you a million triggers and just machine gun down your opponent for the win. If you do enjoy these videos and you do enjoy the channel, please make sure to subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment as well if there's any jank that you would like me to play in particular. As for now, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so we are going first, and this looks like a relatively promising opening hand, even though we do not have the black mana needed. Honestly, this deck is Maskwood Nexus, ramp until we absolutely get what we need, board wipe City until then. And this isn't the most reliable deck, so I will say craft at your own risk, or craft your own variation or version of it, because honestly, I haven't had as much fun playing a single deck as I have when this one absolutely pops off. It is just a sight to behold. We are sitting in quite good company at the moment. Drop this down for white, so we have Settle the Wreckage. Go ahead, Maskwood Nexus, so everything is every creature type. We have a board wipe, we have a mass path to exile. So as long as we can get to 11 mana, we win. There really is no which way about it. It is that simple, it is that fun. This guy is green-white, so I'm going to presume, because he hasn't played anything quite yet, that he has a lot of board wipes and kill spells. A nice thing as well with Ashaya, even though it did just get taken out, is it makes all of your creatures lands and forests and everything, which helps in the overall ramp towards the 11 mana that you need to actually pull this off. I'm going to go ahead and just sacrifice this to draw a card. We just want as many land draws as we possibly can. I feel like this person is definitely running the classic, just a quadrillion kill spells. So you can't be too risky, you can't have all of your Corpse Knights or a lot of them in the graveyard already. Though, to be honest, we only really need one on the field to trigger this. And it is just gorgeous. Even with this combo set up right now, Corpse Knight into Ashaya, it works. Everything is a zombie, we're going to be draining them, we're going to be gaining life. And we can also use this to create 2/2 changeling creatures, which will also trigger this. So we are just going to go ahead and activate this now, just so we get that little extra bop in. Even though we could hold it open and attack, it doesn't really matter too much to me. So how many mana are we away from it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are quite away yet. Though, if you hadn't got rid of the Ashaya, we definitely would be there already. Just saying. Maybe we should hold this open until it's his turn, but just before he has any more removal, it does look like that is what he's going for. Is he just going to drop an Ugin? Is his whole deck just Ugin, Ulamog, mass ramp into that nonsense and win the game? Quite possibly. Quite possibly indeed. Go ahead and drop the Cosmos Elixir, help us scry through to all of the lands that we need. And we are simply just going to pass turn. You know what, I am going to keep the Immortal Sun. I have a feeling that he has Planeswalkers in this deck. And the Immortal Sun, it's like, when your opponent has a field full of Planeswalkers, exactly like this, there is nothing more satisfying than playing the Immortal Sun and just watching them crumble. I'm going to give you a nice, like, oh, bravo, bro, bravo. Bravo indeed. He's going to search his library for a legendary card. He's going to get Ulamog. He's going to play Ulamog down. Ulamog is going to be an issue. Oh, look at that. It's like I have foresight, you know. I've never played against this deck before. I don't really know in particular what it is about, but I know what he's intending to do. And with Thran Temporal Gateway, he can activate this at any time to put Ugin down on the battlefield. So the plan is, we should in theory hold open Settle the Wreckage so we don't lose 20 cards of our library. That's going to be the smart play. I'm just going to force him to drop the Ulamog out now, because he's, yep, there you go. But all of this is working according to plan. we are going to lose the 20 cards of our library because it is on an attack trigger, though that is far better than losing 40 by playing Immortal Sun first. But oh, it's just so juicy when Immortal Sun comes down against a Planeswalker deck. Though it is it's working for him so far, but it is an odd Settle the Wreckage Ulamog. Absolutely godly. Tell me something that feels better than this right now. But yeah, it is a rather strange color base for ramp. Like, I get that he has white for Search for Glory, and like it is working out in his favor at the moment. Hopefully he did not hit how many? One Wayward Servant, one Corpse Knight, another Wayward Servant, and another Corpse Knight. Okay. So, hopefully we should still be able to get the combo off as long as we can hit the lands we need. We did just exile a lot of lands right there. 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 lands and a Cultivate. Sorry, holding priority there. You can still activate this at any point, though. Alright, how far away? We are still quite a way away. But I'm just going to drop the Immortal Sun. Oh, as long as he doesn't have artifact removal, it's just glorious. It is just glorious. Gonna drop the Scute Boy right now, just for some extra blockers. I am gonna attack him. I mean, he definitely has something else that he can drop from his hand, but if it's gonna be the other Rugen or any other Planeswalkers, I mean, GG, right? Gonna be drawing an extra card. Whew. Going to be drawing an extra card each turn as well. He's just passing turn. I think he's realized that that is just over. Like, if we're playing Immortal Sun, now how many lands do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are quite a few lands away. We're going to drop down the tapped one just so it is in play. Now, the mana base you can obviously build however you like. You can use the formula that I have. You can just pause and just see the different lands I have. It's mainly World Tree and just an assortment of different multicolored lands on whatever fits to the most. That's how I build my decks. Like, whatever color is the most prominent in the deck. I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer, right? That's the one that you build the most lands in around. And then just yeah, the main thing, honestly, very nice, my friend. You have your own Settle the Wreckage. I like it. I like it. Too bad we still have a Scute Swarm in play, and you know what? Honestly, that works perfectly for us because it is going to help with our ramp. It's going to trigger the Scute Swarm again. Might not have been the ideal play from him. And so how many lands are we at now? So we need 11 lands in total so we can sack the World Tree. Storm the Festival is a clutch card in this deck because it can grab Maskwood Nexus and absolutely anything else you need. Gonna go ahead and activate this now, and hopefully first game in I can actually show you guys the combo because it is huge. As long as he doesn't concede, which you might, like a lot of Scute Swarms, people tend to do that. Though if we can at least get the triggers on the stack, and we have it. The zombie Scute Swarm machine gun is coming into play. Even if we're only picking up 3 creatures, just watch these triggers right now. Watch them, bam, 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 bam. And we win on that stack alone. Okay, yeah, each time a creature comes into play, it's going to trigger both of them. It's going to start draining. Almost an infinite combo, and I mean, the zombie machine gun of triggers is an absolutely perfect example. First game in. Let's go. Okay, so missed the first 2 turns because my OBS for some reason just decided to get rid of the camera and basically just shut down and not work. But back into it. Corpse Knight, removal spells, land draw, you know the name of the game. We need to hit the World Tree, and hopefully he is at least playing creatures, so these are useful and not just completely dead cards. Though black and blue is the color of hatred in Magic the Gathering. It is hardcore counter spells, it is rogues, it is mill. It is very fun, but not when you're playing against it. So managed to bop him twice now with the Corpse Knight. I presume he's gonna have some spice, or is he just deciding to hold open counter spells? In which case, here you go, perfect counter spell target right here, right now for you. Storm of the Festival, such a great card, but it's never gonna resolve. Anytime I see blue on the field, I just presume 90% of all the cards aren't gonna resolve. Yeah, there we go. And you do sort of, well, I mean, I sort of play around that, you know, like, in this case, I don't have anything else I could have played that was better. But if I had, like, Ashaya, for example, I would play, you know, Ashaya down first to eat the counters, so I could potentially try to get Storm the Festival through. Though at least it does have flashback for an insane cost, but yeah, you never know. Maybe we can get there. Daughter raise, yeah, perfect, bro. Get rid of Settle the Wreckage, not an issue. You do not know what I have foretold. You could probably guess, but what are you playing? Just blue, black, counterspell, hatred? Is that it? If he gets rid of Corpse Knight, we are going to lose our main attacker. Though, I mean, I don't think I've ever got... If this hits 8 damage through with a single Corpse Knight, it's not going to go through. I mean, sure. That tells me at least he doesn't necessarily have mass removal spells or other bounce spells if he's just using the Brazen Borrower. Though it's good to know that he has this in the deck for Maskwood Nexus. Definitely would be a little awkward. How many lands are we at? 3, 6, 7, 8. Not enough yet to play Storm the Festival, but definitely getting up there in terms of our land base. Sure, you can play your Brazen Borrower down, pick up our last couple of basics, get them into play, drop this down, and you know what? I am going to attack. We for some... Oh yeah, can't block anything without flying. We for some reason have just drawn through like land madness. That is a problem because we can't draw more lands. We don't have too many land triggers, card draw triggers aside from the Immortal Sun. And as weird as it sounds, the the passive on Narset is each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, and the Immortal Sun turns off Planeswalkers, but it doesn't turn off their passive abilities. So it's basically, with Narset in play, it's just going to be a 6-mana artifact that reads Planeswalkers don't work. Still pretty good. Still always makes salt levels of your opponent rise very high, because you don't really see it too often. So he really, really wants to protect his Narset. That's okay with me. And we can Storm the Festival. It is not drawing cards, so this will work beautifully. Now, we can't draw more than an extra card. We can use that to scry at least. We can use it to scry. We have the World Tree down. How many lands do we have? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Math is probably not there, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we can activate it next turn. But we don't have Maskwood Nexus in play. As long as it does not get countered, we should be sitting comfortably. I just hope that he dumps all of his mana. He still has 2 mana open. That is, I do not like the look of having 2 mana open. Don't counter it. I mean, we have 4 in the deck because we need to draw through it and we don't want it to get countered. He's looking at it going, what the hell? Oh, it does not get countered. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Next turn, as long as it's not interrupted, we're sitting nicely. We're sitting nicely. He's thinking, oh, you know, he's turning off Cosmos Elixir, not a problem with me. Oh, you know what? Even Ugin. Bro, even better. Ugin, I'm going to hit you with the fake good game. Look at this dude. He's thinking Sharknado, Ugin, Narset. Little does he know that next turn he's just getting obliterated by the zombie machine gun. Have to hit him with a good game. Hit him with the Liliana. Oh, hit him with the grab a leg, backup plan. Oh, I'm just shocked. I'm so excited. This combo is just so fun. It's just glorious to get working. And the triggers, I don't care if they're all legendary. I'm going to hit absolutely everything. I want to see how many triggers we can get. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, and I really do hope you've got this far into the video, if this doesn't give you a reason to subscribe, I'm not entirely sure what will. Make sure to hit it down below for absolute jank nonsense, like 124 triggers, let's go. Not including any of the Scute Swarm, 124 triggers of the Corpse Knight and Wayward Servant, absolutely obliterating them, and then a bajillion Scute Swarm triggers. I mean, this is just peak magic. This is peak magic. We are going first with a very juicy looking hand. Fixing a mana base, Cosmos Elixir, turn everything into lands to get to the World Tree activation quicker, and Storm the Festival for Maskwood Nexus. Hopefully, we should be pretty nice. We are playing against... Oh wait, make sure we do... So this does for black and for white, so if we want to be able to play Corpse Knight this turn, play it like that. We are playing against someone else that has been playing since the first Battle Pass. I don't really know what it's called in Magic, the Mastery Pass or something like that. Though, not too shabby. Let's see what he is up to. Can take this time to just double Corpse Knight. He is not playing... Is this got black? He is not playing the move... He is not playing the colours of direct removal. He is playing the colours of board wipes. So while we are still reaching for that 6th land, we are not going to play the Scute Swarm yet, though. But oh, there we go, World Tree, absolutely juicy. Let's go. Like, if you can't tell, I love this deck. Any deck that is just fun, like, it really is fun. It's not just typical aggro nonsense, whatever. Like, not just like whatever, you know, control, aggro, anything like that. Like, fine, yeah, they're fun. But this is fun, you know, like, for me, this is absolutely great. Like, and he's already at the state of board wipe or lose, taking smacks from the Corpse Knight, taking smacks from the triggers, even if we don't attack next turn and we draw a land. Look at that. I mean, absolute domination. Quick game, into the next one. We are playing against Alvaro, and we have a gorgeous hand right here. Corpse Knight into Scute Swarm, get the combo going immediately, secondary combo in the deck, and should be a pretty good time. This dude is playing the very nice Squee glass art style card sleeves. Give him a quick cheeky hello and Jissa emote, whatever it is called in Magic. He has finally arrived because his pet has just popped in. Now, judging from whenever I see anybody playing the artifact indestructible lands, I always think it's going to be in some combination with there's that red mana card, cleansing something or other. That's 2 mana, destroy target land, draw a card, and the player can search their library for a land, which works in a very nice combination if you have the indestructible lands, because then you can target your own land. It's not going to destroy it. You're going to draw a card, and you basically mana ramp as well. So we could have played Corpse Knight down there as a blocker. I mean, he's definitely going to play an artifact, but I just want to get the board wipe just pre-medded, because I know this type of deck with the Patchwork Automaton, and it can just go ham very quickly. Living Weapon, so the deck is teasing us with 3 Corpse Knights. I mean, how can we not play one? Do we board wipe now, or do we hold open and risk getting a lot of damage? You know, honestly, I am drop this down for green. I'm just going to go ahead and board wipe. Better safe than sorry. So you can play a bunch of artifacts and just get that engine rolling. Nettle Cyst is definitely a little bit dangerous for us. It's basically an all that glitters that sits on the board even if the creature gets destroyed. What are you? Tap and untap, blah 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 blah. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. That is okay. So, you know what? I don't think he's going to have spot removal. We are just gonna get some blockers rolling. We're not at the 6 to get copies of Scute Swarm just yet, though hopefully we can draw through to some more lands, maybe a Cultivate, World Tree, Corpse Knight, get it going, and just shut this guy down. As long as nothing has Trample and we carry on drawing lands, we should be sitting pretty comfortably. Okay, this guy has the artifact lands in here to trigger Ingenious Smith. That is okay, it makes sense. Nice deck building, Alvaro. You're going to be able to crew this. Cool dudes. Doesn't have Trample. I'm not too worried. I'm just going to throw this little bug in front of it and draw a land, Wizards. Please. Please be nice to me. Because then we can play 2 Corpse Knights, I believe. We've got a black there and a white. And then black, no, only 1 Corpse Knight. And then Scute Swarm and start gaining a little bit of life, hopefully. A 7 mana 4/4 with affinity to artifacts. Cool story, bro. So, unfortunately, we cannot play a Corpse Knight or something beforehand, though this is very, very useful. So, what lands do we actually need? So, we have double white and we have double black in awkward combination. So, I'm going to pick up a black and a green, I believe, just to make sure that we can do board wipes and we can just play everything evenly. Drop you down. Now we have a copy of Scute Swarm. This might just be a win with the old Scooty boys. Though, as I said, as long as nothing has Trample, we are more or less okay in terms of just like churning out blockers. Immortal Sun as well is going to beef up all of these little insects as well to hopefully overrun him, but ideally win with our nice combo, because it's just so gorgeous. It's just so fun. Like, I cannot describe. Like, I've been playing Magic for a very, 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 very long time. And this is one of those decks that you couldn't really do on paper. Like, yeah, theoretically you can, but the math and the being able to actually figure out all the triggers is going to be a little nonsense. So we are forced to storm the festival. I'd rather get a land and play some Corpse Knights, get a bit of life gain going. Do you have a counter? No, he's just holding activation priorities for this. So we're definitely going to have to pick up a land. Or just, wow, look at that. 2 lands and 3 board wipes. But not complaining too much. We are going to make a ton of Scute Swarm blockers right now. I mean, if he can destroy something now, he definitely should have done it beforehand because the trigger is already on the stack. I mean, discard Moonshare. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on top or bottom of their library. Do I want it on top? I'm not too bothered. It can go to the bottom. I mean, we got all these triggers now. No attacks. No attacks. All we need now is a world tree. And, I mean, this deck's just so fun. I love it so much. And there's not, like, watching this, like, when I record, you know, obviously I'm going to put in some wins, I'm going to put in some losses, but some decks you tank far more than others. But this is just one of those weird decks that it's so janky that Wizards puts you against the right people, or it gives you the right draws, and, you know, you'd expect, like, you look at the deck list and you expect, okay, you're going to win, like, 1 out of every 5 matches, but no. You win a solid amount of matches, my friends, and look at this. So we're going to Immortal Sun, turn off his Khan, play a Corpse Knight, hopefully does this tap for white, play a Corpse Knight, play a land, boop, there's 1. He might concede as well because the intimidation on this board state is huge. So now we are going to gain 5 life, drain him for 5. Next turn we're going to play a land, we're going to drain him for 10, gain 10. Like, this is another way that the combo can easily just win, and he sees where it's going and he is just conceding. GG! Oh, I love this deck, I love this game.